What's up, guys? This is Yash. I'm in my car today, and I thought this would be the best spot to be in to do this video. It is raining outside in Florida, and I am in Florida. It's been raining out crazy for the last 3 weeks, so my main idea was to do this video today on a Friday. That's how I've planned it on my schedule. Today I'll do a good car edit initially, and then go into this video because this video is very important if you're looking to buy a car. And what is it that I'm going to talk to you about? So a lot of times people ask me, Yash, you have two cars and you have an expensive car. You have a GTR. I know that's one of the mistakes, I would say. And then I have an F-150 pretty decked out, got everything in it. It's top of the line F-150. Now, do I really need these two things? Do I really need an F-150 all decked up, or I just need something to actually take me from spot A to spot B? I would say I needed something to take me from spot A to spot B, and I wanted it to be super nice because I spend more time in this car than I would spend in my house or in a room or anywhere else. So I spend the most time in my car. Second, I spend my most time in my office. So I personally thought if I have to really spend money, I want to spend money in a thing that I enjoy. I like this F-150 a lot. It is spacious, does everything for me, very capable, and I thought this was a good deal for me. So I could have gotten with something with cloth interiors, no infotainment system, nothing crazy, nothing cool, and probably saved maybe $150, $200 a month in payments. But then when I look at it, is it gonna hurt me too much if I'm making that extra payment? Will it put me upside down? It won't. So I decided to get this truck. I decided, okay, get into this truck, make a bigger down payment, get into it, and actually go around it. Now, talking about my GTR, is it very important for me to have a GTR at 25 years old? Hell no. Nobody needs a GTR even when they're 60 years old. Nobody needs to have a fancy car, never, right? It is all about having it. How many days a week do I even drive it? There are weeks and months that go by and I don't even get into that car because first of all, it's parked inside the garage and there are cars in front of it, and this truck is so easily accessible. I don't like to drive the GTR in the rain at all because I love the truck because I'm going through puddles and stuff, and if it's flooded, no problem. I could just go straight out, no problem. Love the truck for that. And for the kind of business I have, sometimes I have to go get packages. Sometimes I have to go get containers and I have to go get pallets from around, and my truck can take it all and I don't really have to plan it and not plan it. So I love the truck for that reason. I just wanted to get the GTR because that was something I wanted to do. It was like on my list of like, okay, I have to get a GTR. So in total, including my car payments for my truck, including the car payments of my GTR and insurance, it is close to about $3,000 a month. And when I say this, I'm not trying to boast you and say, oh, I can afford $3,000 a month. Or I'm not trying to say like, oh, I cannot afford $3,000 a month and I'm complaining about it. All I'm trying to tell you over here is that is where you are. You're at $3,000 a month. And there are people whom I personally know and their car payments are $17,000 a month. I know a friend, my friend, he has a car and he pays $17,000 a month. He has a smaller term, it's just an 18-month term, and he has a 458 Spider. It's a Ferrari and he's paying $17,000 a month. So people have such problems and it's not really bad. It's okay. If you're doing it, you're doing it, right? But what I want to tell you in this actual story or in this video is when you're making your decision, if you have to go buy a car, are you leasing a car? What is your plan? A lot of times people do not understand. And most of the times what I have also done in the past is like go ahead and run into a direction that, okay, everybody's getting a new car, all my friends are freaking getting into a new car, I have to get into a new car. I used to do it. I'm driving by the road and I see a new car that someone else is driving and I like it and I want to get it. I want to get out of whatever car I am. I have changed 20 cars in the last 5 years. That is so stupid of me, and I do not recommend anyone doing it. Right now, I have actually told myself that I'm going to stick to this truck until this truck is super old, out of warranty, nothing to worry about. I'm just done with it then. And I'm probably going to stick with my GTR forever and get another car in the future when I can afford one. So that is how I am looking at it. I'm not looking at it with a childlike brain set that I had when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. I started off with a broken ass Ford Taurus. It was a 2004 Taurus and it was pretty old looking, no leather, no nothing. It was pretty normal looking Ford Taurus, an old car, and that's what I started. And my goal was to get a Honda Civic, and got a Honda Civic. And once I got the Honda Civic, I was like, okay, I want to get something better. Then I got a Hyundai Sonata. Got the Hyundai Sonata. I know it might not be better, but it was a turbo engine. I wanted to get a turbo. I got the Hyundai Sonata. From Sonata, I wanted to get a Mercedes because that would put me into a whole another league and I would be the coolest kid in town. So I kind of did that. I got the Mercedes. I had a better job that time and my payments weren't too bad. So I got that. My credit was building while I was doing all of this, obviously. But changing 16, 17, 20 cars in 5 years isn't any way, in any shape or form, smart. And that is what I want to tell you. First of all, what you got to do when you're deciding to buy a car. So I'm going to tell you a basic rule that you could follow to know if you can afford anything today or not, right? So say you're trying, I highly say that making car payments on a lower interest rate is better than paying out all the amount for the car and bringing the car home cash. If it is a car that is going to lose a bunch of value, yes, you're better off paying it all off and getting the car. But if the car doesn't lose a lot of value, like if it's a Honda, if it is a Toyota, maybe a Porsche GT3 or something in the higher lines, you're fine. You just make payments and don't make the minimum amount that is due. Make a little bit more, but don't go ahead and try to pay the whole car off. I have made that mistake with my 2016 GTR that I had gotten before the 2018 GTR that I have now. I went ahead and paid everything. What I did, I took out all the money out of my business and put into a car. It's just a piece of metal. And you would probably make more money with the money that you have if you know what you're doing. Invest in stocks, invest in your business, and do things right, instead of actually putting it in a piece of metal and parking it in the garage. It's not going to make you more money. So that being said, what do I say over here? If you cannot make 3 of those, you cannot afford 1 of those. Now, what do I mean by that? So say if your car payment is $200 a month, right? If something goes to shit, you have to make 3 of those payments and you have to pay $600 a month. Can you afford it? If your answer is yes, I can afford it. It might be a little tough, but I can afford $600 a month. No problem. That means you can afford a car which is at $200 a month payment plan, right? So if you're paying $200 a month, you can afford that car because you can make 3 of those payments, right? So now, say you're getting a car that is $500 a month, and you're like, okay, if something goes to shit, can you pay $1,500 a month for 3 months? Can you do that every month, $1,500 if something goes to shit? If you cannot, don't get it. Don't get that car, get something cheaper. Get something that is more affordable, or hold back. Hold back. You do not have to really go ahead and get the car today, because most of the times we change cars because we are bored of what we all have, or our friends are getting new cars, or it's been a while we haven't gotten a new car, or there's a new car that has actually just blown you away. So all of that happens, right? So all what you have to go by is one principle. If you're leasing a car, if you're buying a car, one basic principle you must follow is, if you can afford 3 of those, you can buy 1 of those, right? So if you can afford $300 a month, can you make $900 a month if something goes to shit? Yes, you can. Go get the car, right? And one other feature I would like to tell you. A lot of times when my friends and I, like, we sit down and talk about, a lot of people are like, okay, I'm going to just lease the car. I'm just going to lease the car. I'm just going to buy the car. There are more than just lease payments or buy payments when you're buying a car. Sometimes when you're just starting off, you're probably 17, 18 years old, and you're like, okay, I'm all a grown-up man or a grown-up woman. I'm ready to go out, and I do not want to be on a policy with my parents. I'm going to be on my own insurance policy. Remember here, when you get a lease, you have to get better coverages, higher coverages. You want to have all those coverages because that's what the leasing company wants you to have. And that would be pricier than owning a car and paying probably minimum coverage, which I do not recommend highly, but it is okay if you just want to take limited coverage for now. It's on you, right? It's not me. It's not me who's going to tell you what to do. It's about you and your life and how you see it. But when you're getting the lease, it's a requirement that you go ahead and get that payment. So there was a time when I leased a car. It was probably in 2014, I leased a car, and I was seeing, okay, if I buy this car, this would be $300 a month or $325 a month or something like that. And if I lease this car, it's going to be $275 a month, and it's going to save me a bunch of money. And I thought, oh, that's great, because I don't even keep my cars too long, and this is going to be a 3-year lease, and once I'm out of the lease, I'll be fine. I lease the car, I get my insurance, And guess what? My insurance was $250 a month, and my car payments was $275 a month because I think at that time I was just 18 or 19 years old. And that's crazy, right? Because the whole phenomenon is now when you add it together, you're at $500 a month. And I would have gotten an Audi A6 for that price. And I didn't think it through. I just got into a decision and I made that decision, didn't put all my factors in, did not see if I could afford them, did not see if it's fine or not, right? And it is fine. It is fine to have a smaller car because I want to tell you, in the end, if you're driving a Honda Civic, which is 91, and if I'm driving a Honda Civic, which is 2018, and it looks really good, you know what? In the end, if you can make those payments and I cannot make my payments, I will not have a car at the end. You will have a paid off car, less worries to have. If you're single, you have nothing else to worry about. You think, okay, this is my car decision I want to get, go ahead and do it. If you're married and you think, okay, after paying for all of what I have to pay, all my responsibility, here's where I stand, I can make these payments, you are okay. So remember, guys, if you cannot afford 3 of those, you cannot buy 1 of those. That's the rule I have started to follow in the past year and a half at least, and it had made big differences for me. This is the formula that I've actually started to put into place for a while now. For everything I try to see, okay, can I afford 3 of those? No, I cannot. I do not need 1 of those. And if you're buying like a thing which you're gonna have to pay in full, like say if you're trying to go get a computer, you're like, okay, can I buy 3 of these computers right now? No, I cannot. I should not buy 1 of those because it's just not okay. It's not the happy spot that you are in right now. I know this is not a regular kind of philosophy you'll have, and if you disagree with, okay, you cannot buy 3 of this is all total bullshit. All I'm trying to tell you with this is I'm trying to sell you security, right? So say you have a job, you're making enough money, or your business is doing really good, or something is okay, something goes to shit. Something turns upside down, something goes to waste, and you have lost your job, but something happens. Can you afford the next 2 payments? Yes, you can, because yes, you're okay. You'll have that 60-month time, 60-day time to actually come back alive, start to figure out and understand, okay, things have gone to waste. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. But you have payments and you have money sitting around in your bank that you could actually pay off and work it out. So that's how you probably have to think, and you will be in a better place. Have I done this all my life? No. Am I very successful in doing it today? No. Will I be successful in doing that tomorrow? Maybe not. But if I have that in the back of my mind, I will be making better, wiser, smarter decisions. And that is what I expect out of you. So thank you so much for watching this video. So guys, that is about it for this video. I've tried to bring in some of the most golden information that I have learned and gathered over time with this buying and selling cars of mine and kind of losing a bunch of money. And also a pro tip, if you're looking for a new car and a used car, I personally go for a used car which has very low miles, and you can easily find them. Try to go through Carfax or TrueCar and find that information in your neighborhood, in your zip code, and you'll be a little better off. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please do consider subscribing to this YouTube channel if you're into finance, marketing, business, good financial decisions. Thank you so much for watching it. I appreciate the watch, and do remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you like this video. Go in the comment section and tell me what you think makes sense, what you think doesn't make sense, and what is your dream car. Thank you so much. Take care, peace, and bye-bye.